Hi, welcome to Truth by Billie Beene Flash Update. Today's date, January 30, 2025. Time in Texas, about 2 p.m. So this is going to be a sobering update. It is now my opinion that America is under attack. Our condolences go out to the American families and loved ones who lost 67 souls on the American plane crash last night, and to the families and friends of the 3 brave U.S. military who also perished in this attack upon America. Some of my sources are God in the Bible Patriot subscriber, Into Thin Air, Hal Turner, New York Prepper Plus. And let's not leave out God in the Bible and Patriot subscribers. So I believe America is under attack. The U.S. military is on high alert. And I believe the Black Hawk that hit the American Airlines plane last night was not under control of the U.S. military, but a third party took remote control of the U.S. military plane and crashed it into the American Airlines plane. All are lost. So let's get started. So we have Into Thin Air is bringing this out, that the transponder on the U.S. military Black Hawk helicopter that was involved in the crash last night took off from McLean, Virginia. Not took off. While the U.S. military helicopter was flying over McLean, Virginia at a specific address, and that a home address now today on Google is blurred out. That's when the transponder was turned on. And the U.S. helicopter was designated as PAT-25, which means typically it would have important people on board. I now believe, based on the presser by Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, that the Black Hawk helicopter was indeed on a routine annual continuity of government training exercise. I believe the helicopter controls were taken over remotely by a third party. So that's going on. We now have many videos clearly showing the U.S. helicopter making a direct hit on the American Airlines plane. There's no other explanation other than a remote control of the U.S. military helicopter by a third party. And now we have this. I have a Patriot subscriber talking about planes that fly with President Trump to protect him includes a TR-3C. Even more technology. I have a Patriot subscriber who says President Putin is not our enemy. He cooperates with President Trump. And my Patriot subscriber believes JB and the Dem political party, who were plotting to assassinate President Trump, and I add, I believe they were plotting to assassinate President Putin, JB, and primarily the Democratic Party that's under control of the deep state, to destroy America. I have a Patriot subscriber. I believe the helicopter crash was remote controlled. Recently, the U.S. military has been experimenting with this technology. Yes, that's true. But I believe it was a third party, most likely the CCP. I have a Patriot subscriber. I add that, believing it was the CCP. That was the third party who took over remote control of the U.S. military helicopter. And this is based on what we know as forensic evidence that's been presented in the past, that many of the chips in U.S. military equipment came from China. So I believe there was a backdoor built in by the CCP, and this is who I'm blaming. The Patriot subscriber talking about that plane crash took place at the Reagan Airport on runway 33. And my Patriot subscriber says 33 is a sacrifice number. We do know 33 is a number associated with the occult Masons. And so that's going on. And so my Patriot subscriber also associates this plane crash that was aiming for runway 33 as being involved in a deep state plot. I have a Patriot subscriber who says the plane, okay, my Patriot subscriber, apparently some mainstream media is trying to spin the story and say the plane hit the helicopter. But my Patriot subscriber says, what do the videos show? Absolutely. The American people primarily are awake. And now we have this. We have this, yeah. So many of the people on the American Airlines plane were individuals who belonged to various U.S. ice skating clubs, and they were competitors who were training for the Olympics. So we had on the plane a U.S. ice skating team from Massachusetts, and that included 6 members of their team, 2 teens, their moms, and coaches that were killed in the plane crash Wednesday night. Now, initially, we were told 64 people were on American Airlines plane, but now it's being said 67 were on board. So far, it's being reported 28 bodies have been recovered. Reagan Airport will be closed through today until 11 a.m. And these were members of a skating club out of Boston near Norwood, Massachusetts. And the skaters were returning from a Wichita, Kansas competition. It was a national development camp for U.S. figure skaters championships. The 2 teens are identified as 16-year-old Spencer Lane and his mom, Christine Lane, another 16-year-old Jenna Han, and her mom, Jen Han. And we have this. There were also on board 4 Russian bronze medal winners from 1994 who moved to the U.S. in 1998 and were coaches with the U.S. figure skating clubs. These two Russian bronze medal winners, Eugenia Shishkova, her husband Vadim Naumov, and they were also members of the Skate Club of Boston. They joined the staff of the Skate Club of Boston in 2017. They were instructors. And their son, 21-year-old Makin, competed in Wichita, Kansas, but was not on the plane. And we have this. Another Russian skater on board also competed in the Olympics, Ina Volnoskina. She's also a coach with the U.S. figure skating clubs. And we have 4 members of the American Airlines crew who are also deceased, but their names have not been released. And now we have this from New York Prepper. According to Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, the 3-member crew that included a captain, sergeant, and warrant officer were on a routine annual continuity of government training exercise. And I submit, they tragically are also passed away, and I submit, I believe this was a training exercise. I believe the helicopter was taken over remotely by a third party, which I sincerely believe was the CCP. But this explains why the U.S. military was immediately spooked by the crash of the helicopter into the American Airlines plane. The U.S. military would have immediately known that they had lost control of the helicopter and it had been remote controlled by a third party to crash into the American Airlines plane. That's why immediately the U.S. military scrambled a doomsday plane out of Las Vegas to fly to D.C. to pick up President Trump if needed. And we did see that happen. We also had President Trump come out last night in his second message and say it appeared the crash was intentional. President Trump has come out today and said that it did appear to be intentional, not good. Currently, the U.S. military, since last night, has been on high alert status. Encrypted data on the U.S. military radio channel began immediately last night after this crash, and it continues today, according to New York Prepper. And according to New York Prepper, currently in the air over America, we have nuclear bombers that are now over Louisiana. We have off of the coast of Florida 4 P-8 nuke sniffer planes, plus other assets up over the U.S., including the East Coast. Now, Hal Turner comes out with this today. For the first time since 1992, the U.S. military will be testing nuclear material. This will take place at the Nevada test site underground, where the U.S. military is going to be testing a small amount of plutonium. And also this afternoon over Belgium, All air traffic is stopped, including commercial planes, private planes, cargo planes. For an unknown reason, the air traffic control computer system is down in Belgium and possibly other areas in Europe. A statement by Brussels NATO is that they do not know how long this problem will last. I submit it's good to pray for America, President Trump, and world peace. I love you, and I'll see you soon.